And good morning and welcome to the WSJM video live stream. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just discussing how getting here this morning, I
Oh.
didn't have to do all my chores. You know, the son's breakfast is getting made by my mom right now, hopefully, and he's on his way to school, I hope. But
yeah, Mariko
here we are this morning. Yeah, Mariko really had to come up for us.
Fantastic! I love it when the show can make it I love it when the show can make life easier for people. So,
exactly. Thank you.
For some people.
Yeah.
Matt Moersch is here, owner, operator, extraordinary and entrepreneur in our area, Round Barn. And we're talking about Baroda's New Year's Eve event. We'll talk about that in a moment. Sarah Spoonholtz hooked us up with this guest this morning. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to get your origin story this morning. But first off, the primary reason that you're here is to talk about the countdown on First Street in Baroda, the New Year's Eve event. Give us your pitch. What's happening?
So on New Year's Eve, we're going to have more of a family-friendly fest in Baroda from 4 to 10 o'clock. All the hospitality businesses will be open. We're going to have live ice carving several times. We'll have 8 different sculptures. We're going to have wagon rides provided by Fruitful Vine up and down the street. Each business has a special. We're having a featured dinner, so is TJ's in Baroda there, and I can kind of go into that more in a minute as well by what each vendor is offering. But we're just really excited. We're also going to end it with a 10 p.m. keg drop where we've bedazzled a keg that we're going to lower down by, thanks to our buddy at Bennett Construction, is going to bring his truck in, and we're going to lower it down and kind of have an early
fun
New Year ball drop, if you will, in Baroda, just to keep some liveliness in Baroda. There's not a lot to do in New Year's, and making it a little bit earlier we felt would bring it somewhat family friendly and also be able to get home safe.
I love
the weather be this year is just so unpredictable. So
winter.
And who doesn't go to bed at 10 o'clock these days? So
10 o'clock's like staying up till 3 a.m. for me. No. I'm fascinated by this keg drop thing.
Yeah.
Is this the world's first known keg drop?
I don't know if that's proven. I have to Google that real quick. But
it's Southwest Michigan's first keg drop.
I'm going with the world.
Yeah.
I think it's the.
I like it.
Well, anyway,
Baroda is basically the center of the world.
Who came up with the idea of the keg drop?
I don't remember exactly who. It might have been me, but this last couple of years, I'm like, God, we need another kind of 4th of July party in Baroda. Like it brings so much business in. Everyone loves it every year. Great fireworks. So we're starting a little bit small this year, but eventually I'd like to turn it into something on a larger scale where there are fireworks and more things to do, and kind of get people back out of the house. That COVID really made us all homebodies, and I'm tired of it. I'm sure you guys are too. We need to get social again. So I had the idea, talk to our fellow entrepreneurs in Baroda, and everyone was so excited to open their arms up for the community to come in, have a good New Year's, and safely, and also have some things to look at. We've never really done ice carving in Baroda. It's something new for us, so just trying to breathe a little life back into the community.
I love this. So it's going to happen December 31st, starting at 4 p.m. and going till 10 p.m. because it's going to be a family-friendly deal. It's going to happen in Baroda. It's called the Countdown on First Street. No charge to get in and enjoy?
No charge.
Fantastic.
Yeah, doesn't get better than that, right?
No, absolutely. Free's a good price. Matt Moersch is here. Sarah Spoonholtz is here from the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber, and we're going to be talking with them in just a couple of moments. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yay.
Everything good?
Yeah, of course. We're 2 weeks from Christmas. Who isn't excited, and who is not ready for Christmas?
I am not ready.
Yeah.
I am not ready. I've got to do more shopping. I've got stuff in my cart, though. So, I'm ready. I just have to go and find some. Well, I can't say because one of my sons is watching the video live stream, but I've got some local shopping to do. So we'll be back in just a moment. Got some news, got some weather, some closures up in Van Buren County, Covert, Fenville, Hartford, Plainwell, South Haven. Schools are closed today.
Wow.
Yeah, because of the weird weather. All right, we'll be right back. It's WSJM.
Maxed out.
Maxed out cards, rent is due. We just need some extra cash to help us get by.
Maybe we should go to 27cash.com.
With our bad credit,
27cash.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with any type of credit get up to $5,000, and cash can hit our bank account as soon as tomorrow.
When you need extra cash, go to 27cash.com. That's 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
It's 7:05 on your Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. Temperature out in Benton Harbor right now is 38 degrees. St. Joseph is 40. South Haven, 39 degrees, 36 in Dowagiac. In New Buffalo, it's 38 degrees. And in Niles and in Buchanan, it's 36. you're going to need a coat because the temperature is just going to start falling from here. In St. Joseph, by the way, it's 40 degrees on the thermometer. The feels like is 23. So it feels a little bit like that. And again, the forecast for today does call for falling temperatures as we move through the day. Cloudy skies, 80% chance of snow, rain mix, becoming all snow later on. The accumulation today could be around an inch of snow. Again, west-northwest winds, 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting to 35 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast, cloudy skies, a 40% chance of some lake effect snow ramping up, a low overnight of 22 degrees, winds still blowing out of the west about 30 miles per hour, gusts to 30 miles per hour. And then tomorrow's forecast, Thursday, mostly cloudy, some lake effect snow shower possibility, high around 25. Friday, mostly cloudy, another chance of snow showers, high around 27 and a low of 17. And then our cold day of the week is supposed to be Saturday. Cloudy skies, a 70% chance of snow showers on Saturday. The high, 15 degrees and the low 10 degrees. So there you go. The low is going to drop even further on Sunday, but the high should be stabilized around there. We do have special guests in the studio this morning. Matt Moersch is here, owner-operator Round Barn, and talking about Baroda's New Year's Eve event. They're having an event called Countdown on First Street. And the whole community of Baroda is putting something on. We were talking about it on the video live stream. We'll talk about that more in just a moment. We'll also get a quick update from Sarah Spoonholtz, what's happening with the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber. But first off, let's get some news from the WSJM newsroom. Lake Michigan College is going to use a $650,000 state grant that it just received to strengthen student support and improve retention from enrollment through graduation. WSJM's Andrew Green has this report.
LMC is receiving the MyLeap College Success Grant from the Michigan Department of Lifelong Education, Advancement, and Potential to create a new Student Success Center. It says the center will bring academic advising, success coaching, wellness services, and help with basic needs into one location. College President Trevor Kubatsky says many students struggle not because of ability, but because they don't know where to turn for help. The new center will use data and early alerts to reach students before small problems become big barriers, offering students academic advisors, success coaches, and support specialists. Planning for the new center will start this spring with a goal of improving retention, closing equity gaps, and helping more students reach graduation. Andrew Green, WSJM News.
State Senator and gubernatorial candidate Eric Nesbitt will host a roundtable tomorrow in Oakland County to discuss the future of education in the state. Lawmakers and representatives from the State Board of Education, Americans for Prosperity, and Northville Public Schools will take part. Nesbitt says Michigan students are performing near the bottom nationally and argues schools should refocus on core academics.
Schools should focus on teaching the basics of reading, writing, and arithmetic, and not pushing indoctrination to radical ideologies. We've had a bunch of legislation that's introduced. We need to get it done to make sure that it's time to empower parents through school choice.
Nesbitt says he's heard from many parents who are frustrated with the current education system.
We need to make sure that every parent is given a choice to decide where they send their schools. We need to get vocational education back into our schools, get shopped back into our schools.
He says girls' sports need protection, classroom accountability must improve, and all children should read by grade 3. He's calling on lawmakers to adopt Republican-backed education reforms. Up in Van Buren County, the Sheriff's Department has added a new canine to its ranks. Charlie, a 1.5-year-old German Shepherd, is trained in narcotics detection, tracking, apprehension, and searches. He'll be partnered with Deputy Cody Bingaman following an extensive selection process. Sheriff Dan Abbott says Charlie will enhance the safety and strengthen emergency response of the community. The dog recently completed training at the FM Canine and Berrien Center and is now certified through the International Police Work Dog Association. Charlie becomes the department's third active canine. And the city of Buchanan is planning to celebrate the season on Friday with its holiday parade and community tree lighting. The event was postponed from November 29th due to the weather. Mayor Mark Whedon says the community is eager to return downtown following this year's major infrastructure work.
We had an opportunity when we did the ribbon cutting, and we weren't quite ready because the weather wasn't being fair to us. But now, since then, we've since opened up completely, and street lights are on, string lights are up, the flags are up. But yeah, we're super excited to do the parade and really give everybody some joy for the season.
The parade will step off Front Street at 6:30 p.m., followed by a community program and the official tree lighting at the Commons. Whedon says local businesses will join in as well.
The downtown downtown businesses have decorated their stores to compete for a chamber award for the best storefront for the holidays. So they will be announcing who the winner of that award is that night as well.
Santa and Mrs. Claus will also be on hand, and the event is open to the public. That's a look at some of the news that we have from the WSJM newsroom this morning. We've got sports coming up in just a moment, but first off, we want to introduce our special guests who are here in the studio. Matt Moersch is here. He's owner-operator, among a whole bunch of other things, which I want to talk about this hour, but you're owner-operator of Round Barn here in Southwest Michigan, and also in the studio, Sarah Spoonholtz, Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber. And good morning. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We've got a Baroda New Year's Eve event going on. It's called Countdown on First Street, and you're putting a community event together. Good morning, and thanks for joining us. What is this event, Countdown on First Street?
So the Countdown on First Street's from 4 to 10 o'clock on, December 31st.
Yeah, New Year's Eve. Good time for a New Year's Eve event.
All the hospitality businesses will be open, serving guests later than normal, and a lot of them I think weren't really open in the past. So it was a chance to get people back into Baroda. We're gonna have ice sculptures in town, live carvings. We're gonna have wagon rides up and down the street in case you don't want to walk and see all of them.
Yeah.
Each business kind of has a specialty. I don't know if you want me to go through those.
Sure.
Now, or,
yeah, you can go through some of them.
So something that the Round Barn doing itself, we're gonna have a prime rib special with a baked potato and veg and super salad for $23. We're also going to have a steak special for $19. So a couple really nice deals. It's also our pizza night that we're going to continue on, $15 two topping pizzas and $12 pitchers of beer. So really good values that night too. And the event is free. Our beer garden across the street will actually be open with a DJ outside. So we're going to have some warming areas, an ice luge to do some espresso martinis and some hot drinks too. So we'll have our creams out there with coffee and hot chocolate and things like that. Weather dependent, we can always kind of move it inside if it's unbearable, but I think we're Michiganders. We should be able to suck it up,
we're
right?
tough.
Yeah, we're real tough. So
once you get that luge going, what'd you call it again?
An ice luge. So it's basically you're pouring the drink down the ice. It's carved through and it comes out nice and chilled into your glass. So that's a nice experience that I think I'm bringing back for my college days. So
once you get the luge going, the temperature won't matter.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Right.
Our friends at TJ's are also doing some really nice features. They have a nice New York strip also, and lobster tail, twin tail, some fettuccine, a seafood dish. So they're kind of stepping up their game big time too for New Year's Eve as well. Baroda Soda is new to Baroda. It's our new ice cream shop downtown.
Okay.
They have some new flavors. They're doing an affogato, some different Christmas holiday flavors.
What's affogato?
Basically, they told me it's let's see, what did they say exactly? So it's basically chocolate and vanilla shake blended with a little espresso. So I guess we're gonna get these kids really fired up on.
I want to say it's like a traditional, like Italian dessert too. A dessert coffee.
I googled it up. You ready?
Yeah.
It's a popular Italian dessert made by drowning a scoop of cold gelato or ice cream with a shot of hot espresso.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I know how I'm going to end my night, I think, after a drink or two. So,
first you do the luge, and then you do the affogato.
Dessert.
Okay, love it.
Our friends at Chill Hill are going to have drink specials. Baroda Founders Winery is doing their famous glug wine, which is a secret family recipe they've been doing for like almost 50 years, I believe. CJ's Quick Mart, a nice sponsor too. They're going to be open late with some specials to go out the store, and I think they have a couple food specials they're going to do. The girls at the local, our breakfast place in town, are going to stay open late as well with their full drink menus. They have some really nice holiday coffees and lattes and things like that that they're going to be serving with some kid games and whatnot too. Who else? Let's see. The Golden Muse. They're also a new winery in town. They have a special on a couple of their wines by the bottle. They're Syrah, and they're also doing for the Martin family. They're doing a give back with a clean blanket or a new toy to give back to children in need in the hospital. So make sure you check them out. They also have this. What did they call that? It's a hair glitter person that I'd never heard of. So if you want to get jazzed up,
you can put like glitter extensions in.
So
they last for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And then it's perfect actually for New Year's Eve,
Yes,
that would be.
Finkel Potts Fairy Hair from 4 to 8 at the Golden Muse. So if you want to get jazzed up a little bit, Golden Muse too, you have that option as well. So
it's kind of like, instead of face painting for the kids, you get glitter hair.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be great for washing the laundry, but that's fine. But, I really want to thank our sponsors.
Because the glitter in your clothes, Sarah.
It's like tinsel. It's the thick tinsel.
All right.
I've not tried it yet. I might have to stop there first. I'm not sure, but
I like it.
I do really want to recognize and thank our some of our sponsors. Monkey Geiger Heating and Cooling really stepped up. Grant Stone Shoes in town. They make some of the best shoes in the world, if you ask me. I don't know if you've tried them or not. GrantStoneShoes.com. Really cool stuff. Boots, shoes, men's, women. Our friends at Tigmaster, been there a long time, and Lakeshore Diecast all really stepped up to the plate to kind of offset some of these costs as it's a new event. I didn't, have a ton of time to get sponsorships. The Village of Baroda has been very supportive. So I think next year it's just going to get bigger and better. And then, like I said, we're going to end the evening down at the Public House with its last ice carving, going right into the keg drop at 10 p.m. We'll be open till 10:30 with drinks, and our food stops at 10. But we're just really excited to welcome people back into Baroda and have something safe and fun to do for everybody.
Yeah, this is and he Matt breezed over the keg drop because we were talking about it on the video live stream, but here on the radio, this is the first they're hearing about it. What I think is probably the world first. Well,
we're calling it at least
Southwest Michigan's first keg drop for New Year's Eve. So that's really cool, and it will happen at a family friendly hour of 10 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
So that's cool.
Bedazzled.
It's a bedazzled.
Bedazzled keg. Our creative director could not be bedazzled. So you got
to really booze in it.
No.
Okay,
no,
that's probably safer that way.
Right. Or freezes. Who knows what could happen that night?
Yeah.
So that's happening New Year's Eve. We're going to talk about it here more with Matt Moersch, owner-operator, Round Barn. And again, Baroda's New Year's Eve countdown. It's going to be the countdown on 1st Street. Starts at 4 p.m., goes till at least 10 p.m., and probably if the luge is still running, maybe after that. So we'll talk about that more in just a moment. It's right here on the WSJM Morning Show. We'll continue the conversation now on the video live stream. Here on the radio, some sports. Okay, on the video live stream. I love this idea. Where did it come from? When did the idea formulate of, hey, Baroda, New Year's Eve, we need to do something?
Kind of around 4th of July, just because like every year it's like, how can we only fill up once a year? It can happen. So what can we do different? New Year's is sort of a dying thing a little bit, and I really was looking at fireworks too, kind of recreating part of that, but the budget didn't really pan out for that to start. So for next year, that's kind of the next expansion phase is, that's what Baroda does well. They bring people in, they entertain them. Everyone's real hospitable. And then, it just reminds them we're there, I guess. Because, St. Joe, Niles, everybody seems to have the ice carving and something else going on. And we're this stepchild that's, we're just real small too. With the Baroda Business Association kind of dissolving. Now CGA is sort of coming back. So in the interim, I'm like, I'm just going to take the bull by the horns and let's get this started. And I started a little later than I would have liked. But
when did you start?
In November, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's been a hustle, and then immediately every business was like, yes, so that was really nice to hear that, a lot of people are like, oh, it's a long season, I'm done. And they're all like, yeah, we're in. So I think we're all feeling the same. Like we could use this nice last push of cash flow to finish out the season.
Yeah.
Well, and to your point, people have become homebodies, myself included, because it's easier to do. It's comfortable. And
maybe we should live stream it too. That way,
absolutely, that'd be fun. I like it.
The FOMO.
We could get we keg drop 3, 2, 1, bam, keg, bedazzled keg. No, I love this. Okay, so the event is happening. You where are the ice carvers coming from?
Local Josh Nevins out of Buchanan and another gentleman out of Niles. Kind of some of the people that do the St. Joe Niles ones as well. I was able to track them down.
Okay.
Being only that there's 8, they're pre-carving some and then live carving a couple.
So there'll be 8 carvers displays. on
8 displays.
I'm curious, who gets the ice for that? Where does the ice come from?
Pure City Ice down in I think they're in LaPorte actually.
Yeah.
They have the ability to do these big clear blocks. So my
buddy,
it's
specialty ice, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So our friend at Lakeshore Ice was going to kind of handle it, but he was going to get it from this guy too. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm getting middled a little bit. So
wow. You're on it. You got everything under control here. That's amazing.
We'll see if anybody shows up.
They will. Okay.
Yeah.
But
we build it, they will come.
Yeah. I mean, you got to give credit to Moersch Hospitality with all their different entities. Like you guys always put on these massive, amazing events. So they're kind of like the event pros when it comes to it, especially for like the Baroda area.
Yeah. We look forward to getting the origin story. We'll talk with Matt about that in just a couple of moments. But again, spread the word because it's a new event happening in Baroda during New Year's Eve. It's the countdown on First Street again. It's going to be 4 p.m. till at least 10 p.m.
Yep.
That's when the keg drop is going to happen. And then after that, wagon rides as well. Describe the wagon rides if you wouldn't mind.
So our buddy at Fruitful Vine Wine Tours, they do wagon ride wine tours throughout the year. And I asked him if he would be willing to just kind of ride them up and down the street in case, small kids. It's not a far walk, but, some people just kind of nostalgia, something else to do too. So he'll be going from one end to the other First Street. It's, it's not super far.
Tractor or horse?
Tractor.
Okay, cool.
I couldn't track down a horse person. And I'm like, well, we have a business in town that has wagons and does this. So I thought it'd be nice to market his brand too, instead of, I looked for horse, or there's a sleigh that has wheels too, in case it doesn't snow. I wasn't able to track him down fast enough. So
we'll work on it.
Yeah,
721 WSJM Morning Show. We'll be back on the radio here in just a moment.
Go.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
I feel like I'm a fruit fly just bouncing from fruit to fruit here because we've got a lot of topics and I want to get to a lot of information here in a short period of time. But the main message that we're getting from Matt Moersch here this morning from Moersch Entertainment and the owner-operator of Round Barn is that Baroda's got a brand new event coming up this year. It's the New Year's Eve event. It's called Countdown on First Street. Do you have the poster there? For the people on the video live stream here, show it for that camera there.
There we are.
Here. Just a little bit towards Sarah there. There you go. Okay, perfect. Countdown on First Street. Why countdown on First Street? Because First Street's where everything's happening?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And it's happening 4 to 10 p.m. on New Year's Eve. And a lot of participating business. I can even read it from here without my glasses. Music and entertainment, wagon rides, activities for all ages, food and drink specials, ice sculptures. They'll have 8 carvers down there. They're having ice shipped in, specialized for this event, and it's going to be
all the way from LaPorte, Indiana.
and it's going to be, and it's clear ice too, and it's beautiful. But free of charge to attend. Obviously, the food and drink specials will cost you, but they're specials.
Yes.
So they'll be a good deal for you. Okay, we'll get more information on that in a few moments. But Matt Moersch, you fascinate me as an individual. Let's get your origin story for people who might not know. People living under a rock. Who is Matt Moersch? Where do you come from? And what do you do?
I'm a Baroda local. I grew up in Baroda too, and went to Three Oaks River Valley because that was the school district. It was probably the furthest one away, but that's where we landed, and happy to be a graduate and alum there. Normal college, etc., and just came back as a young man in my early 20s to work in the family business, and early on became the winemaker there. And as we grew into distilling, I really love production. That was my big thing. I just like making things, growing things, and that was really where my heart was. And as you grow and become the business owner, your position evolves too. You don't get to hide behind the scenes like you used to. So now I'm, in the forefront, running the company. We've grown over the years. It's been over 35 years now coming up. Tabor Hill, we purchased in 2017, is over 50-year brand too. So, and we do have a New Year's Eve dinner there too. That's phenomenal. So if you're looking for even higher upscale, you can hit that first and then come into Baroda afterward. But the properties adjoin, we have walking trails between them. I just am really passionate about hospitality. I love making wine, making spirits, beer, making things bright, so to speak. But I like entertaining, and it's something that I've just grown up doing my whole life. My parents, Rick and Sherry Moersch, have just really done a phenomenal job of putting that core down for myself and our families to thrive as this next generation. And we're very proud of what we're doing, anywhere from weddings and events to fine dining, brew pubs, tasting rooms, and we just like to entertain and make really high quality products. We're very proud of Southwest Michigan and the bounty that's here and making things from it. It's just really prideful. So I'm excited to be part of it.
We even thinking back when you were going into and through college, did you know that your path would bring you back here to do what you're doing?
My path for college is really to get out of the area a little bit and experience the nightlife that's not as thriving as it could be elsewhere. But I always knew I really enjoy what I do and always have as a kid. And just, who doesn't like to drive a tractor when you're, 8 years old.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
And that kind of really bled into my system of wanting to create and make. And I made my first batch of wine with my dad around 10, so it's just kind of been in the bloodline, and I just enjoy it. I mean, it's something that it's hard to describe. It's a scary, it's a scary path. It's not that 9 to 5, but I think we do a nice job, and we really love entertaining people and trying to provide an excellent product for all of us in Southwest Michigan.
Yeah, talk about give an overview. What is everything that you're involved in? I mean, you talk about growing the grapes, harvesting the grapes, turning them into wine, having the entertainment. I mean, it's like the full. You're at every point of the supply chain here.
We pretty much are. We're probably the most diversified group of hospitality in the area. I would say between we're a manufacturer, we're farmers, we're entertainment, we're bartenders, we're restaurants. So we have the Round Barn Brewing Public House that was opened in 2013. That was in a need of expansion for more city services, and year one we hit our 5-year forecast. So anything we put out there seems to be like it gets very well supported, and we're very thankful for this community and our Chicago friends too. I know we have certain special terms for them, but they're near and dear to us too, and they're really what makes our community thrive as well. I know it may not be as fun in the summer, but that's what brings the revenue in for all of us. So
the discretionary dollars are very much welcome.
We really appreciate them for sure.
Yeah, it's a huge difference.
But farming, we're over 180 acres of land. We farm mainly grapes. We do have some plums that we farm too, and a couple other row crop stuff for towards our whiskeys and things. As we continue to go into the distilling area, we've rebranded one of our buildings at Round Barn to called the Bourbon Barn, which you can find our specialty cocktails, some new unique bourbons that we kind of been hoarding for a long time. That's fine, time to release, and just we're constantly recreating ourselves. Sometimes it's not the most positive experience for some people. They know what they want, they come back, and they maybe don't get it this time, but that's part of what's fun. We feel like is what's the new experience, what's next for Round Barn and Tabor Hill, and where are we going from there. And we like to sometimes keep that a secret, but there's always expansion going on at Moersch.
Yeah.
And they've definitely solidified, we talk about agritourism here in Southwest Michigan being, the most agriculturally diverse, second only to that of Napa Valley. But Moersch Hospitality, you guys have led the charge in a lot of areas in terms of agritourism. So be it, the original estate with the big round barn, or expanding to, purchasing Tabor Hill, having free run for a while before you sold that last year. I mean, the different diversifications, you're definitely leading the charge in that respect. So
we're really
we
trying.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Sarah, I appreciate that. It's it's a passion of love, honestly, and I'm very proud of the teams that I work with. I have to definitely give a shout out to all the people at the Moersch Hospitality Group. It's their work that's really pushing this. It's our our ideas at times, but we have a really rock star team right now, and I'm very proud of the work they're doing to allow us to do these things. And even our graphic designer our creative director, doing these kind of things and decorating the keg. I mean, it's just a lot of passion, and I love to surround myself with those people that just thrive the way I do. And it's sometimes hard for us to all keep up, but at the same time, we can't stop.
Yeah. Matt Moersch from Moersch Hospitality Group. And as a matter of fact, I was doing just a little bit of background research before you came in, and you were one of the 40 under 40.
I was.
Moody on the market, 40 under 40. And at that time, you listed your accomplishments: successfully own and operate a winery, distillery, and brewery for 25 years with the help of my family, of course. Also founded and chair of the Great Lakes Sustainable Wine Alliance. And also, so the question was, what else do you hope to accomplish by the age of 40? Remember, this was back in 2018. I would like to help bring awareness to the Lake Michigan Shore AVA on a national level. How's that going?
It's a grind.
Yeah, but it's good.
Good.
I didn't know the lake. I mean, I've heard it before. I didn't really dive into it, but Lake Michigan Shore AVA, that's an important distinction.
It is. It's one of the largest actually in the country right now.
For those who don't know, what is it?
Lake Michigan Shore is like saying Napa Valley. So it's a federal designation that's given to a certain region based on certain characteristics. And we're actually working with a Stranger Wine Company right now out of Buchanan to do a sub application. So like some, as you hear, like Russian River Valley sub apps and things like that. So we're working on one called the Bering Ridge to kind of really hyper focus like what because this all the way goes to Paw Paw, Michigan, and all the way up to Fenville. It's one of the largest areas, and we're making different wines in those regions just by growing degree days, how much temperature we're getting, how close to the lake. And so we feel that our little niche down here in Southwest Michigan, the kind of the 3Bs, Baroda, Berrien Springs, and Buchanan, are making some ultra premium fruit that we want to kind of sub-app focus at too. So that's in the background as well, that you might start seeing Berrien Ridge on a label too eventually. So
I love that.
As we're always, trying to get the word out, it's lately it's been a little bit of a grind. Our industry, I'm sure you've seen on the news, is suffering somewhat. So as we try to entertain and have other reasons to come out, it doesn't always have to be about drinking. We do have a lot of mocktail options and things like that. And not something I completely understand, but it's a need and a want. And so we'll provide it. And as our bartenders are very skilled in making alcoholic drinks, we're just as skilled in making NA. We even actually released our first non-alcoholic beer this year, based off our famous Kolsch product. And so if you're out there looking for an NA option, we'll have those too for New Year's.
Oh, sweet. What's the name of that one?
That is called Low Key.
Low Key.
Yeah.
Very nice. My kids will recognize the name of that.
There you go.
Low Key. All right. We're talking with Matt Moersch, owner, operator, Round Barn, and a whole bunch of other stuff. We'll continue talking about that here on the WSJM Morning Show. We'll continue the conversation on the video live stream here on the radio, a couple of important messages, and then financial information from our friends at Bloomberg. That's coming up.
Would you?
All right. Sorry to pelt you with all kinds of different questions, but it's just the Lake Michigan shore AVA. That's fascinating to me because because I think about there were particular wines from the Pacific. I was raised in the Pacific Northwest in Washington State, so there were the valleys up there.
Yep.
But then there were sub valleys, and I had no idea those are official designations.
Yes.
And so Berrien Ridge, love that.
I know. I'm excited. It's taken forever though because the federal government.
Yeah, right.
You got to involve them.
Is it akin to just like in France, you can't call something champagne unless it comes from Champagne?
Yes.
The region?
Yeah.
So same thing here.
Yep. So to be called Berrien Ridge, it would have to be so much percentage of fruit grown and produced there.
Yeah, and the difference of just the growing period, the frost-free days, that window, we get like an additional month than compared to like even South Bend, right?
Exactly.
Because of the lake.
Exactly. We're so lucky.
It's beautiful.
It's the only reason we're here.
Well, I hate to even ask this, but what do you do when you're not doing this?
Well, there's not much of it. I enjoy, my wife and son and I, we like to camp. We go camping with our in-laws several times a year. We like Florida too. My parents have a home down there, so we're going to go down for a few weeks there too.
Nice.
And otherwise, concerts, we don't get out a lot. I would say the last post-COVID's been a very uphill battle. So it's a lot of 6 days a week, and reinventing yourselves and doing all these things. You don't just get to walk away, so to speak. And I care. Like I want to see the things out. Like I'm not necessarily always like bussing tables like I was probably even 5 years ago, but it's like I want to make sure it's being done the way it should be. And it's hard when you have just a ton of turnover all the time in this hospitality industry.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, talk about that a little bit. It's been tough in the hospitality industry to get and retain workers.
Yes.
Is it getting easier?
At times it has been. I think as we're paying towards the higher end, I would say in the area that's it's a hit to the bottom line, but it's become easier to find them. And it's just it's people aren't making their kids work like they used to. That's part of the problem, and everyone's Johnny's got to go to the soccer tournaments and, he's going to be on the all-star team, whatever. They need to work too as kids. You know what I mean? Like, they need that busting tables, and they need that, how you treat a wait staff, because if you've never waited tables, you'll have a entirely different respect for what they do. Should you do that one day, because it's a very difficult job. It doesn't seem like it. People kind of stream over it, but knowing the products, training them, how to talk to guests, how to sell, being courteous to somebody that's rude it's a very challenge, exhausting. And, I'm very thankful for the teams that are on the front lines every day for that.
Yeah. Has the legislation around tips and wages and that, has that changed things at all?
Yeah, God, when you get the government involved, it always changes things. So, it added cost, of course, again, for the fair wages, and just trying to accommodate those with the software that's so specialty in our state, the tracking and the extra, it's the cost behind the cost now too. And It's confusing somewhat, I think, for everyone, and so trying to spell that out has been another new challenge that we have to do every year now. But we've always paid, I feel, fair, and you're a tipped wage person. That's the job, the career you chose too. So
yeah, absolutely. We're talking with Matt Moersch, owner operator Round Barn and Moersch Hospitality Group. The event that we're here to talk about is the Baroda New Year's Eve event, Countdown on First Street. It happens 4 p.m. till 10 p.m. at least on New Year's Eve. Again, a large group of downtown Baroda businesses coming together for a New Year's Eve event. They want to make it as big as their 4th of July celebration. Fireworks.
Yeah, which has about 25,000 people who come into Baroda Village and Township to watch it. So
it's not going to be that this year, but that's the vision.
Well,
that's
it
the
could be cool if it was.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that is the growth pattern.
Got the inventory for that. We'll be ready for that.
Yep.
So Tabor Hill Winery and Restaurant, Round Barn Winery and Estate, Round Barn Brewery and Public House. Am I missing anything?
We have our tasting room at Exit 6 too in Union Pier, and then one in Bridgman for Tabor Hill as well.
Okay. What's next?
What's next is we were going to
as if that's not enough, right?
We were looking at that Church of Niles, and things just didn't pan out with the interest rates going to almost 10% on borrowing money. I'm really sad that we had to kind of bow out of that project, but we're always looking for what's next. And currently we're sort of tightening up what we're doing. We're expanding our Vineyard Lounge at Tabor Hill. That seems to be very successful off the trails. We're going to add some more live music there this summer too, and a more robust food options out there. Round Barn continues to add new events and experiences and ideas and things for our guests coming out there. Food, new products, always working on new. I feel like so. It's going to be another big year for Moersch Hospitality. I'm very excited to be part of it. Okay, we're going to continue the conversation in just a moment. It's 7:36. We've got financial news on the radio. We're going to have some weather and again, the school closures, mostly in Van Buren County, are happening right now. So we'll drive you to the website on that if you need more information. It's WSJM.com and look under closures if you need more information. Back in just a moment here on WSJM.
But the decline is being accelerated by a drop in crude prices. Courtney Donahoe, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
It is the WSJM Morning Show. 37 degrees in Benton Harbor right now. 39 in St. Joseph, South Haven, 38 degrees. We were at 40 degrees when we started this discussion, Sarah Spoonholtz.
Oh, where are we at now?
We're at 37. Yeah,
okay, we're dropping.
Yeah,
it's better than the 4 on Monday.
It is better than the 4.
When I was driving to the Niles office.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
I was like 4 degrees.
Yeah, a little bit chilly out there. We do have some school closures. Nothing in Berrien County as far as I can see as of yet, but go through real quick. Allegan County schools are closed. Allegan Public Schools, Covert Public Schools, Decatur, Fenville, Gobles, Hartford, Lawrence, Lawton, Matawan, Otsego, Paw Paw Public Schools, Plainwell schools are closed, community schools as well. Senior Services of Van Buren County, South Haven Public Schools, St. Basil Catholic Church, Van Buren Community Mental Health, and Van Buren ISD Technology Center all closed today because of the slippery roads. And in fact, a couple of folks are weighing in on our video live stream. Bill says, be safe today. It's slick out. It's slick out because there's that underlayment of ice that is just going to catch you.
It was slick last night driving home from Coloma Waterville 8 too. It was like 10:30 and I'm like, oh, tomorrow's going to be fun.
So we're talking with Matt Moersch here and Sarah Spoonholtz. Matt Moersch, owner-operator Round Barn and Moersch Hospitality. Sarah Spoonholtz from the Southwest Michigan Chamber of Commerce. We'll get an update from you in just a moment, okay?
That's fine.
Should we do your update early? Because you're going to be playing hooky next hour. All right. We'll do that later on this hour. We'll make it part of the Moody on the Market update. It's coming up here on WSJM. We've got the latest world and national news now.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. President Trump touting the economy at a speech in Pennsylvania, and later today, a key announcement that could affect the economy from the Fed.
While Wall Street is booming, layoffs are on the rise. The Federal Reserve today is expected to cut interest rates for a third time this year, something Trump has long been demanding. He insists the economy is on the right track.
ABC's Lana Moise, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth telling lawmakers on Capitol Hill he is still considering whether to release the full video of the controversial strike on a suspected drug boat back in September. A wild ride on I-95 near Orlando. A small plane in trouble making an emergency landing on the highway and coming down right on top of a car. James Coffey watched it happen.
So then all of a sudden the front wheel hit the car, just came crashing down, sparks flying, debris everywhere, broken car parts.
Driver of the car treated for minor injuries. Both the pilot and passenger on the plane are okay. This is ABC News.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
It's 7:40 on Wednesday, December 10th, your midweek WSJM morning show continues. Some of the news from the WSJM Newsroom coming up just after 8 o'clock. The Curious Kids Museum in St. Joseph has launched a new capital campaign. $9.2 million is what they're looking for. So far, they've raised about $4.3 million of that. We'll tell you what it's for and how you can get involved. That's coming up just after 8 o'clock. Also, Lincoln Township has a new manager. The Township Board last night approving soon-to-be former Stevensville Village manager Casey Dominguez for the role. So we'll talk about that. Also, with the recent heavy snow becoming a melting memory, at least for the time being, St. Joe Public Works officials are responding to some of their public comments about the snow removal efforts, or the lack thereof. We'll talk about that and more. It's all coming up right after 8 o'clock here on the WSJM Morning Show. 7:41, we've got some sports coming up after a look at state news.
The Michigan News.
Okay, here on the video live stream again. What are the biggest challenges you face at Moersch Hospitality? You talked about labor a little bit. What about grapes?
It's a challenge every day I wake up. I swear to God. Yesterday I was like, what's breaking today? I would say what's the challenge of the year. Grapes are always a challenge. You know, the labor with ice and everything coming into the area. Yeah. It's nerve-wracking for some of these people that are trying to make it, honestly, and including farmers, the people working in the farms. I'm worried for all of them, and I pray for them, honestly. That's been a challenge. Finding labor for the vineyards is always a big problem for us and other farmers too. I think we're all sharing that pain. So getting a process through government that actually had a visa program, God, wouldn't that be a miracle? So
yeah.
I don't know why that hasn't happened, but it's just day to day. What's the new challenge is always their budget challenge, financial stress. The tariffs were a new challenge this year. COVID's been the challenge of my career so far. So
ongoing, yeah.
Coming out of that's been a challenge. And just as alcohol's the favor to either marijuana or what it is uncertain completely, but the decline in alcohol has been our newest challenge. And so coming up with events that are more family friendly, our walking trails, other things to do besides just always drinking, and redefining ourselves every 5 years, I feel like it's been a challenge too. Yeah. So being a business owner, any entrepreneur knows you just, you got to put your boots on one at a time and get back in there. And that's what we do. And we do it well, I feel like. So creating new events is a challenge, but it's a joy too. Some of these things I'm talking about aren't just necessarily the Debbie Downer. It's the things that I enjoy too, and I thrive on, of like what's next, what's new, what's trending, how do we execute it, and we have all the tools in the tool chest to do it. We just have to. Yeah. I admire how well you've got the event planning down, because you've been doing it for a long time. Yeah, 30 years. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, not amazing. Me personally, but I'm really helping spearhead this, because when I told the girls in the marketing team that, hey, let's throw a little tears might have shown up. I don't know, but hey, we're gonna do an event. And my dad says all you got to do is you just start, and that's how it goes. And this year it's a little pared down from. We had some other ideas that we were gonna do, and it's like, let's make it a little bit simplified, something we can talk about. Let's get people in town, get the businesses together, get the village on board, and then next year we'll work with some nonprofits, raise some more funds, and just keep making it bigger and better. And I think that's something we do well. Yeah.
Grow into it.
Yep.
Yeah. Weather-wise, back to the grapes for just a moment. What's this weather doing? Anything?
Well, that 4 degrees wasn't delightful.
No.
For them. Anything below zero is going to be kind of starting to be detrimental to us. So that's the buds on those like to freeze at those colder temperatures. We have certain varieties, of course, that are more hardy, but a lot of what we grow, the French American hybrids can handle it, but the vinifera, the classic Chardonnays, Merlots, etc., they don't love that extreme cold. So it's just what it is. The fact that there's a glut in the market with this national wine overage is it's almost like, why even grow it? It's annoying how cheap you can buy bulk wine at times, but people still have to drink it and want to consume it, and we prefer to grow it ourselves, to be honest, because we're very proud again of Southwest Michigan and what we can produce. And even though the saying "it's good for Michigan wine" is starting to go away, we're seeing more people drink and get serious about Michigan wines, and we're going to continue to push that envelope and be a part of that.
What's happening? Why the glut of wine? I mean, the overall alcohol sales
are declining.
Why is that? Is it a health concern? What is it?
All of it. It's health concern. The younger, the first 21-year-olds here, I don't know, their parents maybe weren't drinking as much demi-sec as they should be, but I think some of it is they're looking for that experience and more quality. So we focus on that ourselves. It's been just mass produced, not necessarily in Michigan. We're a pretty small state for production, but California just has so many acres, and now the Californians are actually buying Chilean wine and Spanish wines just because they're even cheaper yet, because it's a struggle out there in our industry. Bourbons are still pretty well received and things like that. We do mixed drinks and of course stuff like that, but just in general, health, marijuana again, I think is definitely playing a role, and just in being safer, I would say as well. I probably drink less myself, but also running a business, it's I have a lot on my plate, and I tend to want to stay super focused on it. But having a glass of wine with food at the end of the day, it just doesn't get any better. So we need more of that.
Seems like it would put a better focus on going after the quality.
Exactly.
Right, the quality wines.
And that's what we're working on.
Excellent. You ever think about growing marijuana since it's legal?
Oh, if they'd let me, I'd grow it too. I wouldn't care,
The family?
Hey, why not? We're in the entertainment intoxication industry.
Oh my goodness. We'll come back in just a couple of moments to Sarah Spoonholtz and get a chamber update. You want to do your chamber update during the Moody on the Market update?
Perfect.
Okay, so we'll do that here in a couple of moments. But also, we're talking with Matt Moersch. He's here from Moersch Hospitality Group, but also from Round Barn to talk about the event coming up in Baroda. It's the New Year's Eve event, Countdown on 1st Street, 4 p.m. till at least 10 p.m., maybe later, probably later, right?
Yes.
Probably later. Okay. In downtown Baroda, they want to start modest and build it up to be a big event in future years, like as big as the 4th of July. But this year, they're starting off with ice carving. They've got the wagon rides. You've got, what else do you have?
Well, we have the different specialty drinks, cocktails up and down the road there to visit. We also have some family-friendly events too, like the local will have some things. We'll have some games down in our beer garden. Outdoor, it's an outdoor event too, so make sure you dress appropriately. Obviously, you can come inside and have dinner at Public House, but we will have that DJ going outside with the ice luge and the ice bar and things like that too. So we got to get out. We're Michiganders. We can tough it up. Those beer festivals, all of us beer people are just crazy. So let's have a good time and celebrate the new year.
7:47. We'll be right back with the Moody on the Market update.
Showers this afternoon. High temperatures actually happened this morning in the upper 30s. We'll drop into the low 30s later this afternoon, down to 22 tonight, and then 25 tomorrow with light lake effect snow showers. We should see about an inch of snow today, maybe up to an inch or so tonight and tomorrow as well. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
7:48 WSJM Morning Show. We've got the Moody on the Market update right now for your Wednesday, December 10th. And always working, Sarah Spoonholtz from the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber. She brought our guest in today, Matt Moersch, owner-operator of Round Barn and Moersch Hospitality. They've got the Baroda New Year's Eve event, the Countdown on 1st Street. We'll talk about that more in just a moment. But since we're doing the Moody on the Market update, which is brought to you by Insurance Management Service, call IMS today, your local auto owner's insurance agency in St. Joseph and Niles. Why don't we talk about all kinds of things going on in the community business-wise from the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber?
Well, I'm not sure about all things.
All
because
things.
We are wrapping
Everything.
up the year.
More events, Sarah. More events.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, Ken.
All right.
Okay.
Give us the update. What's happening with Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber?
Yeah. So tomorrow we've got the ribbon cutting with Drive and Shine, brand new location in Stevensville. That'll be at 11 o'clock. And speaking will begin at 11:10. Now, they have asked that everybody park inside, or at least as many cars as we can fit inside of the inn in and out building. So it'll be the large green building closest to Meyer gas station entrance. But that should be a lot of fun. Drive and China, of course, it's been many years that it's been talked about coming into the Stevensville community. They've got locations in South Bend, Mishawaka, Niles, now here in Stevensville too.
I will tell you, so once the Drive and Shine, once they broke ground on that and started doing the construction, they didn't mess around.
They did not. It went up quick.
It went up quick,
Yeah.
and it's a big building.
It is.
Every time I drive by there, I look at it and go, "Oh, is there room for me? Is there room for me?" And I mean, they're getting some pretty good activity.
Yeah.
They've had their what would you call it? The soft open,
soft opening. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So they're
But the big ribbon cutting is tomorrow.
big ribbon cutting tomorrow at 11.
And again, the guidance is park inside.
Yes,
How
park
cool.
inside the
Do you get a
green
free wash
building.
if you get in a park inside?
No,
Oh,
but
all right.
they are doing 50% off of one of the packages, so it's a $25 value.
Oh, neat.
And then they're doing buy four get for free. Buy four. Shoot,
We'll
I
get the
totally closed.
detail
Anyway,
on that.
They
There's a
they are
special.
doing some specials for
Okay.
tomorrow as well. So they will have that available. Sorry, it's buy four get two free.
Okay.
50% off their platinum wash, which is a $24 value. That is for tomorrow for the ribbon cutting only. The buy four get two free, that'll run through the end of the calendar year.
Okay.
So lots of good stuff happening in that respect. And then of course, we're starting to think ahead to 2026. We do have a couple of business. We actually have a lot of business after hours. I think we only have 1 month left over that we still need to host for in 2026. But otherwise, all of our business after hours are booked. We'll start getting those on the calendar. The big annual meeting, we're targeting 700 for this year. That's our goal.
Excellent. Okay.
We've been around 630 the last 2 years. So 700 is our goal for this year, talking about growth and everything.
Have you made the decision to have WSJM broadcasting live from there again?
Oh, well, yes, actually, we did.
Excellent.
We have. I don't know if you've been notified yet or not.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. But we are taking nominations right now for all of our business award categories. So everything from best new business, small business of the year, economic impact. You also have nonprofits of the year, community placemaking, which is for municipalities who have done community projects such as the disc golf course down in New Buffalo Township, last year's winner, the Silver Beach Park with Berrien County. But then we're also looking for individual nominations too for Rising Star, so that 21 to 40 individual who's growing their career, and then of course the Pat Moody Award for someone who has been in the community for over 10 years, long-standing community service, etc.
Nice.
So those will go nominations for that will run through January 6th.
Okay.
And our Leadership Accelerator cohorts applications are due at 5:00 today for that program for the 2026 cohort. So that'll officially kick off January 22nd.
Okay.
And that'll run through July.
Okay. That's a lot of stuff. For more information, detail on any of those things that you just mentioned, and to keep up to speed on what's happening around the area, where do people go?
So head to smrchamber.com. You can also find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and X. You can also head to greaternileskchamber.com for all things happening in Niles. And then bridgmancga.org for all things happening in Bridgman. And then, as Matt mentioned, we do have now the Central Berrien CGA, so we'll be getting some stuff pushed out for that. And then another one coming soon. So exciting.
Excellent. Excellent. Always a lot of great information. Thank you for sharing. Sarah Spoonholtz, Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber. We'll be back to conclude the interview with Matt Moersch here in just a moment, here on the WSJM Morning Show.
Rich Brand and Tara Halsey from.
Okay, back on the video live stream. What else? Anything else? What did we miss? I feel like we breezed over your background.
I don't know.
Background.
Selfies.
I got too much to talk about. Yeah.
So every now and again, I'll drive around the back roads. I'll see vineyards, and I'll go, "Oh, those are pretty grapes. Oh, those are pretty grapes. Those grapes look like they're being trained for something. They're on like this big wire thing. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's all Welch's.
Oh, why do they do that?
It's just the cheapest and most efficient for them to grow on. Yeah.
Why?
One wire's cheap. We have
No, just not one wire, but there's like a fan. There's like this very ornate thing that the grapes are all stapled up to, so that they can grow not just on the cord, but on this fan-looking thing.
Can you send me the address? Because I would like to see this. Like, my first thought was, hops. He must be thinking of hops.
No. Those are the big wires that go up and
the
down.
big tall wires.
I grew up on a farm, Sarah. Come on.
Are they wine grapes?
Yeah, I don't know if they're wine grapes.
So
they're
wine
grapes.
have a much larger trellis to trap the canes and the foliage through it. So, on wine grapes, it's really crucial to get sunlight onto them, dry them out.
Might
get
be
the
that.
flavors, tannins, etc., come from the exposure.
Yeah.
Now, juice grapes, it's just all about tonnage, and the flavor just pretty much comes with it. And so
I bet they're wine grapes.
Yeah, so it's a taller trellis and more wires and whatnot.
Yeah, and it's not just the long horizontal wires. It's like this fanny, or I don't know how else to do it, but every time there's a thing that comes out of the ground, there's like this big sculpture. What do you think?
I just want to know. I just can you when you see
I'll
it
take
next,
a picture. I'll stop and take a picture.
Take a picture,
yes,
or like just give an approximate like address area.
Probably blueberries. No,
it's probably blueberries. It's corn.
Yeah, exactly. It's really corn wine.
Well, so I do have to laugh really quick because I know people who have lived here their entire life. And they've smelled what like the Concords smell
this is
right?
so good.
But they've never computed that that's what that is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So then they go out to like where wine grapes are, and like the wine grapes are very different. You know, like you have an aroma, but it's not like that super sweet.
It's not like the grape jelly.
Yeah. They're like, but I don't get it. Like they just, So for me, growing up on a farm, understanding some of this, I'm like, it just makes me laugh.
Yeah. No, that's good stuff. All right. We are talking agriculture with Sarah Spoonholtz and Matt Moersch. We'll be right back. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Oh, actually, we've got another 30 seconds here. So again, reminding you of the downtown Baroda business event that's coming together. They're giving you something to do on New Year's Eve that is going to be a family-friendly environment. And we can't neglect the keg drop. The keg drop is going to happen at 10 p.m. so kids and families can participate, which is a great idea. Love that.
It's going to be fun. It's just something just unique. Why not do some sort of a keg drop? Like, what else could we do? Type thing. And so we're bedazzling a keg as we speak and getting it ready. I do want to again one more time thank our sponsorships that we're Grant Stone Shoes in downtown Baroda, some really wonderful shoes that they make. Brunke Geiger Heating and Cooling, always a huge supporter. Fruitful Vine Tours with their wagon rides. Lakeshore Diecast and Tigmaster, some very long-standing businesses, very supportive, and then Bennett Construction with their crane to do our keg drop. So thank you to them for helping offset some of the costs and get little Baroda going again.
Love it. All right, we'll be back in just a moment to conclude this conversation. It is the WSJM Morning Show.
Everything they did was absolutely fine. Said that they've put them in all the time. We got that job. Install went great. Customers extremely happy. They've had no trouble since.
McKee's Heating and Air. Feel at ease with McKee's.
Your Southwest Michigan Bryant dealer. Whatever it takes.
From the Pat Moody Studios, this is WSJM FM Benton Harbor, St. Joseph, a product of Midwest Family Marketing and Media. Proudly serving our community. The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
It's 7:57. It's the WSJM Morning Show. What are you leaving?
I gotta go get on a board meeting.
Okay. You'll get a special waiver this time, but I want guests to know there's no leaving before 8 o'clock. But you're an auxiliary guest today.
That's why Matt is technically the guest.
Okay, that's right.
Support.
All right. Sarah Spoonholtz, Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber.
I appreciate it. Yes.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you. Go do your board meeting thing, the important stuff for the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber. We've got Matt Moersch here, again, owner-operator Round Barn, talking about the New Year's Eve event in Baroda. You want to thank the sponsors one more time? Let's do it.
Yeah, Grant Stone Shoes, Brunke Geiger Heating and Cooling, Fruitful Vine for their tours up and down the road there, Lakeshore Diecast, our friends at Tigmaster, and then my good friend at Bennett Construction for providing us crane for the keg drop there at 10 o'clock. So a nice early family-friendly event. We can stay and party later. I'm sure I'd stay open and keep the bar open, but for us old timers nowadays, I feel like it's nice to get home early and safely too.
Yeah, no, that'll be nice. So the keg drop itself, that happens at 10 p.m. again for the family-friendly reasoning behind it. How big's the keg?
It's a normal traditional half barrel. So
okay, half barrel size. So it's still pretty heavy.
Yeah, still pretty heavy.
You're not going to drop it.
No,
You're just going to lower it. Slow lower. Okay,
a nice
thank goodness.
Sign. And that'll be at our beer garden in Baroda there across the street from Public House.
Okay. Any new varieties or ales or beers or anything that you want people to know about?
Yeah, we have our Cocoa Stout coming back out again too, and our winter warmer ale. it's a white stout that's also really delicious too. So
A
we have some nice
white
beers.
stout?
Yeah. So it's a little bit lighter style, but
Okay.
still has kind of that meat and potatoes behind it for the winter time there.
Nice.
And we're always having new things come out. So we have over 20 taps at the public house, and always something new to talk about.
I hesitate to ask, where can people go for more information on this? Because you've got so much. Where can people go for more information?
We create a Facebook event. So all the different businesses have been sharing that, the Countdown to First Street event.
Okay.
Roundbarn.com should have it on there. Our Facebook page at Round Barn Brewing Public House will have it too. So get on that social media wagon. I could try to send you guys the link here today too.
Yeah,
and
we'll
just
do that.
search Countdown on First Street, and you should be able to find all the information.
It's the New Year's Eve event in Baroda this year. It's on New Year's Eve. Countdown on First Street. Check it out on Facebook. It's 8 o'clock.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. President Trump once again hitting the road with